speed that the supplies ran out when it came to this pandemic situation we're dealing with now must concern all of you. Hey everybody, it's Magic Prepper, and today we're going to talk about how quickly the supplies have run out in response to the pandemic that we're all currently facing. The supplies that are very necessary for our medical facilities and for our medical staff to be able to treat different outbreaks, which I'm trying to avoid certain verbiage right now because YouTube's on a warpath, but we have to be very concerned about how quickly all these supplies ran out. It is very concerning. We are not prepared for something that's actually on the scale that this certain particular pandemic is on. We have to be very, very vigilant. Make sure you go out and get supplies now. Make sure you already had supplies. If you didn't have N95 masks or any of those basic nitrile gloves or anything that's like sterilized and medical equipment related that you think could be very, useful during this time of turmoil we're in right now, make sure you go get it, and make sure you write on your list one of those things that you forgot. One of those things you didn't have ready yet, because this whole situation is about to get crazy. Now, real quickly, if you do like videos about SHTF topics or about current events that we're facing right now in the world today, and you want to survive together to get through it, please hit the subscribe button below, because it helps the channel grow, and it helps me keep this message going and keep helping everybody prepare. So, recently, here's a story for you. I had a meeting with a large supplier, a distributor of medical supplies. Now, I basically segued the conversation into this because we were just talking about some other items and some other products that they're currently offering. And I asked them, I said, hey, how about N95 masks? I mean, how many of those do you have in stock, right? Well, their answer was concerning. Their answer, and this is a regional distributor. This is a big, big company. This is not some little mom and pop shop. They have a 400,000 square foot warehouse, which is where we had this meeting, as well as many other outposts throughout the region. So this is not some kind of a small supply chain situation. This is big time, okay? And when I asked them that question, their response was, we're out. And I laughed, and then I said, no, but really? And they said, yeah, I mean, we're out. We're fully out. I said, well, what about, other medical supplies? We're running low. So this giant company whose job is to, per se, distribute all of these supplies and all these medical supplies to hospitals, to medical facilities, to medical staff, is out of N95 masks. They're out of surgical masks. They're out of things that you need for your daily operation of a medical facility. So they're already running out. And a lot of those things are produced in China. So you can see why the supply chain is getting so disrupted. And this is a major distributor. So a little bit of inside knowledge here, but basically they distribute to all the medical facilities in the Midwest region, and they're out. Out of N95 masks, out of some other items as well. And it's ridiculous because where else do these places go to if their biggest distributor, the one they rely on 3, 4, 5 days a week to deliver all these products, is out? They're out just like we are. So if you don't have supplies yet, just remember that the people who need them, and the hospitals can't get them either. And it's starting to be very concerning. It should concern you, it should concern me, it should concern everybody who's worried about this certain situation we're facing right now on the pandemic level, because we aren't ready. We're not ready for a giant pandemic. We're not ready for an outbreak. We're not ready for a giant SHTF scenario to have enough supplies for everybody, for anything. We don't have enough supplies for the places that need the supplies, let alone enough supplies for you and me. So make sure you're ready. Make sure you're out preparing. While you still can, please go. I mean, I was at a Home Depot style store the other day, and guess what? There were still N95 masks on the shelf, but that's not everywhere, and that's not going to last very long if they can't even get them to the hospitals, okay? So all of us need to be very concerned about how quickly the supply chain ran out. More so than the pandemic at hand that we're all worried about. More so than that, we're more worried about the supply chain disruption. As preppers, it doesn't matter what the scenario is. Food shortage, electricity down, medical situation, doesn't matter. This is how fast things run out when there is an emergency. And this isn't even an emergency yet. This is us trying to combat the idea of it becoming a really big emergency. And yes, for some people it is extremely disastrous and an extreme emergency. For others, they don't have to really think about it from their day-to-day activities. But that can all change very quickly, and we all have to understand that we're not even at the brink yet, and here we are out of supplies. So imagine if any other thing similar to this pandemic happened, what would we run out at first? How quickly would we run out? It would be gone in a second. And everyone needs to understand that you need to prepare in times of good so that during times of turmoil, you have a lot of extra supplies, because this is how fast it happens. And if you're not faster than the distributors whose job it is to actually distribute this product out to the places who actually need it, then you're going to be left in the dust. So make sure you're preparing, make sure you take a list of the things you need or the things you want, see if they're available or not. But I'm telling you, I just had this meeting with a distributor and they are out. And if they can't get it, you won't be able to soon either. Make sure you make moves, make sure you make plans, and do something every day to prepare. And that's going to be it for Magic.